Well,
hey there, everybody. Welcome to your Thursday here. We are back at the desk, and we're back talking about what could actually be another impactful weekend storm. We are getting ourselves set up here.
Here we go again. Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about it every day this week, and I think as we get closer, the hope is that the forecast gets more and more refined, and we get a little more confident, and I think we're slowly getting there. Still a lot to determine, but let's get right to it. Let's tell you.
We're kind of in the foyer right now. We're kind of in the foyer waiting to kind of pass through.
Yes, we're peering
to see what's going to happen. We're peering in right now as well. Let's talk about what we're tracking here, friends. Obviously, no melting is going to be occurring over the next several days. We're talking about daytime highs being at or below, let's say mid-20s. I mean, even on the top end, we're not getting out of the 20s here. We do have another Arctic surge poised to move in by tomorrow evening throughout the overnight. So we got some dangerous wind chills yet again on Friday. We'll get to that. But of course, talking about all this Arctic cold and also the chances for another weekend storm.
Look at that. I mean, basically from the Canadian border all the way down to nearly Atlanta, we're talking below freezing, and in many cases well below freezing. So there's no warmth in sight, that's for sure. And we just keep getting one more pulse after another of just Arctic air rotating into the northern tier of the country. Feels like temperature. So we have another dive here. It's been cold, obviously, the last couple of days, but tomorrow night into Friday and early Saturday, we get another surge. I think we may see some more cold weather warnings from the National Weather Service.
Yeah, you know? I think an extreme cold warning may come down by perhaps even this time tomorrow. With the front moving through. That is 9:30 tomorrow night. Do you want -5? How about 6, 7 a.m. on Friday morning? We're dropping down to almost -20 in the city and almost -30, Terry, in Worcester.
Basically, just like we had last week before the storm, we had that really cold stretch when wind chills were 10 to 25 below. It's almost like a redo of that. And even into Friday, this is feels like Friday afternoon. If you're thinking about going out Friday evening, it's still going to be just bone cold. The winds will be lightening up a little bit. But it's still going to feel like 0 or below. And look at this, right into Saturday morning, early Saturday morning. I mean, the actual air temperatures in many cases will also be below 0. So, you know, not a ton of wind here, just any little bit adds on to the misery.
Thank goodness that we don't have a ton of wind with this as well. Eric, our floor director, Eric, did you say there were some record highs in another part of the world? Is that Australia you mentioned?
Australia, 122 degrees.
120 something degrees down in Australia. So we're dealing with the sort of the bottom of the barrel. Meanwhile, Australia is flirting with the devil's toenails, so to speak.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Another Mississippi.
Okay, moving on. Let's get to that storm potential this weekend. Again, what we do know, it's going to form. There's going to be a very powerful, massive storm forming off the southeast coast. And really, what we're tracking is just little wobbles in that forecast track. Every 10, 15, 20, 50 miles west or east could mean the difference between massive impacts here in southern New England and no impact, really. So, you know, we're getting a little bit closer today. I've said yesterday, I think that probably by tomorrow, later tomorrow is when we start to get even more data and we can kind of hone in even more. Because this thing is still in two very distinct pieces, and they're not even in the United States. Look at this, we got that. So oddly enough, that northern, this is sort of the atmospheric energy, that northern piece is sort of a leftover remnant of our storm last weekend. It just kept spinning up there.
Wild.
Yeah, and it's going to combine with this other sort of little vorticity and piece of energy coming out of the Pacific. And how this interaction happens is key, and obviously what does or doesn't happen here, you know, as far as our weather goes this weekend. You know, will it come together just right? Will it, you know, does it, you know, trend a little farther off coast, or does it come up closer to the coast? All these things are still sort of TBD.
Wild. I mean, you know, I have to kind of, what I've been sitting here thinking about is, I know a lot of people at home are contemplating, okay, is there any chances this is going to shift? Is there any chance it's going to change? And how much different is it from the previous storm? One of the things that we got to see here from the previous storm, we got to see it make its walk across the country. We got to assure our viewers that this storm is not going anywhere, because once the low came on shore in the southern portion of California, we got to see it make its track. We got to see it actually meet up with Gulf moisture and just intensify and expand across multiple states. It's not going to be, maybe, would you say, until Friday evening that we actually start to see maybe a little bit of marriage between these couple systems here?
Last week at this time, we were pretty confident in the forecast already for that winter storm last weekend. And that was, I think, had a lot to do with just having more data. This, like you said, the storm had already was starting to form. We knew it was going to come across the entire southern tier. We just had more data earlier. This one, again, still in multiple different pieces, has yet to form. So really hard to get a really lock on what's happening. What we do know is that this storm's going to bomb out. It's going to undergo something we call bombogenesis Saturday afternoon into the first part of Sunday. It's going to absolutely it's going to deepen so rapidly that it will easily meet the criteria for what we say is bombogenesis. And these types of storms are extremely dangerous if it were to be a direct hit. Just so much wind, wave, coastal flooding. So that's why the stakes are just really a lot higher for this one than last weekend.
And it's mainly just sort of an east of Mississippi sort of event here, mainly from, let's say, Georgia, northern Florida, all the way up through the Atlantic coast to about Maine as well. But again, it depends on the track, and it depends on all of these properties coming together. And most of these sort of kind of trends will likely start to take effect by Saturday morning and certainly by midday. We're giving you a very easy way of understanding this: red, yellow, green. Obviously, green is the best case scenario, red being the worst case scenario.
Yeah, and so we've sort of I put some odds on it yesterday and I updated them this morning. So what I did today, just because of the slight trend towards that yellow, that fringe impact, we put that currently at about 60% chance, and then 20% on either side of the major impact nor'easter to the red and completely out to sea. So we're hedging a little bit. Models are trending a little bit towards an impact, but a fringe impact and not a major sort of, classic storm here. So this is kind of a weird looking graphic, but all of our models are run many times over with what we call ensemble members. And so what you get when you do that is you get a whole bunch of different solutions. And these L's all represent where the center of the storm would track over as it's passing by our area. Is that red dot is at 40 north, 70 west. That's called the benchmark. So essentially, a storm passing over that or anywhere near it, you're going to get a major nor'easter. And you can see that the majority of the L's, the centers, are well south and east of that mark. So that's why we're saying, okay, more likely than not, this is going to fringe us, but not absolutely crush us. Doesn't mean that trend won't change or, alter in the next 24 hours, but that's just kind of where we are right now. Something to monitor. One last thing, there's a new sort of experimental winter storm outlook that the National Weather Service is running, and this basically gives you an idea, and this is 3 to 4 days out now, of the areas of the country they feel like have the best chance of exceeding warning criteria. This is as far as snowfall goes. And there's 2 of them. The first one out over the Carolinas, and you can see the odds are exceedingly over 50% there over towards the North Carolina coast. And then up in our area, they are highlighting the Cape and the islands, sort of the far eastern part of our area, with a higher chance of having some sort of impact as far as snow goes.
Yeah, and I always think about the differences between the Pacific coast and the Atlantic coast. Obviously, the Atlantic coast has a gently sloping coastline, so that allows for a lot of water to build up and be thrown on shore. So we already know that wave heights are going to be certainly elevated because we have a full moon this upcoming weekend. So astronomical tides are going to be another factor that we have to kind of factor in, so to speak, to this weather forecast, with the impacts being wave heights, tides running fairly high. Obviously, when you have a really strong, intense storm like this, winds are going to be gusting fairly high as well. So this is why we've sort of been urging everybody to take whatever measures that you need to do before this storm hits, so that you're not compounding on the issues from last weekend's storm to this potentially upcoming weekend storm.
Yeah, I think regardless of the track and the impacts as far as snow goes here and wind goes here, the ocean is going to be, the sea will be angry that day, my friends, like an old man ordering soup at the deli. What? Seinfeld, you know that reference?
I do know.
Okay, all right. Well, that was a Seinfeld reference. Anyways, the ocean's going to be riled up in a major way, regardless of the track. Those wave heights almost looks like a hurricane passing by when you look at the wave height field. So needless to say, our coastline is going to be battered one way or another. To what extent, we'll have to see, but definitely some major ocean waves coming up here over the weekend. I mean, it's really all about that, right? It's basically it's cold or really cold, and then we're watching the storm. That's pretty much the deal.
What a 7-day forecast, folks. Wow. Okay, next couple days, lower 20s, back into the teens for afternoon highs on Friday. Just a skosh warmer on Saturday, but Saturday is going to be ripe and ready for what actually be a pretty unsettled second half of the weekend. By Monday or Tuesday, we're going to do our very best to at least get to around freezing, but note the overnight lows. Air temperatures for the overnight lows by Friday morning and certainly Saturday morning are going to be near or slightly below zero. So it's going to be dangerous cold. Frostbite is going to be a major concern as well. So we're going to put you back into the moderate to high risk. But even if you ask me, any sort of risk for frostbite and losing these fingers and these tips here, not necessarily a good thing. But overall, we're going to continue to update you guys each and every day here. We got forecasts coming every evening and every night. Obviously, I'll take care of you in the morning as well. And then you got Terry in the day part. And of course, Alyssa and Jacob as well. So you're fully covered, everybody.